Well, one great turning point for me, and coincidentally, it takes me back to basketball again. I remember, liking basketball so much that I didn't care who I was around or who I was with. If you could play ball and you were competitive and you could present, some sort of challenge or you loved the game, I was around you. I like to play, I like to compete. And I remember, being with a crowd that probably wasn't the best crowd at the time, but, just really wanting to play ball. And I remember this instance where a school friend of mine, we were walking, to another location to play basketball after leaving class at high school. And we walked through this alleyway, and I never forget, because of what this individual was into and what they were doing, or some sort of altercation that I didn't know anything about. I found myself in the middle of a very awkward situation, and the next thing I know, there's two carloads of people in this alleyway jumping someone that I knew and at the time. And when that happened, and I witnessed, the violence, and I witnessed that, this was the very reason that basketball wasn't enough. It had to come down to the type of person you were, the type of life you live, and making sure you had more, to put your hope into. And so I'll never forget that alleyway. I'll never forget what I felt. And at that point, it was almost like I felt something inside tell me that you got to think deeper than just going to play basketball. When you see the things around you, you see the things that's happening in the world, and you begin to really think, I've got to have something more. One injury, one bad situation, and all of my hope in that would be lost. But I wanted something that could sustain me and something that could take me further. And at that point in my life, it was a great turning point. And I began to look for things that were more enduring, things that could take me all the way. And I knew that basketball alone couldn't do that. And that's what really allowed me to think of what I was going to do with my future to make sure it's something that I could sustain down through the years and not just have something that would come and go.